On to file item 305, AB 1502, also by Assemblymember Berman. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1502 by Assemblymember Berman, an accolade to veterinary medicine.
Assemblymember Berman, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1502 is the sunset extension bill for the California Veterinary Medical Board. In addition to extending the sunset date, this bill updates the board's composition to reflect the growing veterinary profession. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berman. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, no 0. The measure passes. File item 306, AB 1503, also by Assemblymember Berman. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1503 by Assemblymember Berman, accolade to the healing arts.
Assemblymember Berman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1503 is the sunset bill for the California State Board of Pharmacy. In addition to extending the board's sunset date, this bill contains numerous provisions stemming from the joint sunset review process. Additional amendments are anticipated to be taken in the Senate to respond to the myriad number of stakeholder concerns. In the meantime, I respectfully ask for your aye vote so that this public process may continue.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berman. Assemblymember Patterson, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, first of all, I just want to appreciate the chair for many conversations we've had on this extension. The Board of Pharmacy is currently going through some compounding regulations that have been going on for many years, actually, that ultimately what it does is it prevents access to medications only in California that people have every other state in the nation. Their regulatory methods are punitive, and it's really scary for pharmacists that engage in compound pharmacy to get medications to individuals. Now, I've had many conversations with stakeholders, and including the chair, who's I know going to continue working on this measure. I'll be laying off today, but hopefully we can get our Board of Pharmacy in a place to where they are working in partnership with the people providing medications to people in California. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember Patterson. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Berman, do you wish to close?
I appreciate the comments and concerns from my colleague from Rockland. Definitely an issue we're going to keep on having conversations about. Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berman. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 49, noes 1. The measure passes. File item 307, AB 1505 by the Committee on Agriculture, presented by Assemblymember Soria. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1505 by the Committee on Agriculture, an accolade to pest control and making an appropriation therefore.
Assemblymember Soria, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1505, an Ag Committee bill, extends the sunset on the Vertebrate Pest Control Research Program until 2035. This bill has no opposition and has received no votes. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Soria. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 70, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 308, 309. That brings us to file item 310, AB 1524 by the Committee on Judiciary, presented by Assemblymember Kalra. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1524 by the Committee on Judiciary, an accolade to the courts.
Assemblymember Kalra, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1524 prohibits courts from charging more for the services and products they provide than the amount that it costs the courts to provide those services and products on a pro rata basis. It also specifically allows courts to use, court users to use their own equipment, generally a cell phone, to make copies of court records that are open to the public, something that public agencies must allow, but something that some courts prohibit. AB 1524 enacts reasonable reporting requirements to ensure legislative oversight of the fees that courts are charging to court users. These provisions will help to protect and promote fair and equitable access to the civil justice system. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Colra. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 70, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 311, AB 8, by our Majority Leader. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 8 by Assemblymember Aguilar-Curry, enacting the cannabinoids and making an appropriation therefore.
Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. My previous legislation, AB 45, was the strictest hemp law in the country when it was enacted in 2021. It aimed to legalize non-intoxicating hemp products like CBD. As the hemp market grows, we're seeing more intoxicating hemp products sold in gas stations and vape shops without age limits. So today, I'm here to make sure the law can be properly enforced and clearly interpreted. First, this bill expands enforcement to crack down on illegal hemp products. Second, it closes loopholes and makes it clear that all synthetic THC is banned. Third, it integrates hemp into the cannabis supply chain. This will ensure that all products with any level of THC are treated like cannabis, meaning full registration, regulation, and taxation. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 64, noes 1. The measure passes. We're going to pass and retain on file items 312, 313, brings us file item 314, also by our Majority Leader. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 70 by Assemblymember Aguilar-Curry, enacting solid waste.
Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, AB 70 makes needed technical changes to keep organic waste out of landfills and help meet the state's methane reduction requirements. This bill is a support and has no opposition. Respectfully, if I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 73, noes 0. Measure passes. Okay. File item 316, AB 80 by our favorite Majority Leader. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 80 by Assemblymember Aguilar-Curry, enacting to recycling.
Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, last year I authored AB 863 to increase transparency and accountability in California's carpet recycling program. AB 80 builds upon those efforts to ensure those reforms are implemented effectively. The bill before you is a product of ongoing constructive conversations with CARE and other stakeholders involved in carpet recycling. There's no registered opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 63, noes 0. The measure passes. On to file item 317, AB 82 by Assemblymember Ward. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 82 by Assemblymember Ward and others, enacting healthcare.
Assemblymember Ward, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I rise to present AB 82, which would protect the privacy of individuals' health data and protect the public safety and well-being of patients, their families, and health professionals accessing and providing legal health services in California. It's imperative that we support the privacy and safety of patients and their families, whose basic obligation is to ensure the utmost health for themselves and loved ones, as well as the safety of health professionals, whose basic obligation is to provide necessary care for their patients as they were trained to do. This bill has received bipartisan support, no votes, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ward. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, Ayes 58, noes 4. The measure passes. We're going to go backwards. I mistakenly did not recognize Assemblymember Irwin for file item 293. This is AB 1423. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1423 by Assemblymember Irwin, enacting the transportation electrification.
Assemblymember Irwin, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1423 is a bill that improves the EV charging experience for EV drivers in California. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Irwin. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, noes 0. The measure passes. Back on file order, file item number 319, AB 91 by Assemblymember Harbidian. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 91 by Assemblymember Harbidian and others, enacting the state and local government.
Assemblymember Harbidian, you are recognized.
AB 91, the MENA Inclusion Act, has a support recommendation. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Yes, Assemblymember Harbidian. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 72, noes 0. The measure passes. File item 320, AB 222 by Assemblymember Bauer-Cahan. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 222 by Assemblymember Bauer-Cahan, enacting to energy.
Assemblymember Bauer-Cahan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 222, make sure we can keep the lights on and the data centers up. And with that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bauer-Cahan. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 51, noes 15. The measure passes. I'm going to pass and retain on file item 321. Brings us to file item 322, AB 239 by Assemblymember Harbidian. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 239 by Assemblymember Harbidian and others, enacting the housing and declaring the urgency thereof to take effect immediately.
Assemblymember Harbidian, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 239 would establish a state-led disaster housing task force. It has a support recommendation. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Harbidian. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 70, noes 0. The measure passes. Excuse me, ayes 70, noes 0 on the urgency. Ayes 70, noes 0 on the measure. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 323, 324. That brings us to file item 325, AB 262 by Assemblymember. I stand corrected. We have already dispensed with file item 325. That brings us to file item 326, AB 265 by Assemblymember Colosa. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 265 by Assemblymember Colosa and others, enacting to economic recovery.
Assemblymember Colosa, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm here to present AB 265, the California Small Business and Nonprofit Recovery Act. It has a support recommendation. Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Colosa. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 70, noes 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 327. Brings us to file item 328, AB 339 by Assemblymember Ortega. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 339 by Assemblymember Ortega, an act relating to public employment.
Assemblymember Ortega, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members, for the opportunity to present AB 339 today. I have committed to amending the bill in the Senate to clarify that the bill does not require an entire MOU to be reopened, and I continue to be open to the conversation about whether 120 days is appropriate for the notice. I respectfully ask for your aye vote on AB 339.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ortega. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Excuse me. Clerk will open the roll. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 42, noes 9. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 329, 330. Pass on file item 331. Brings us to file item 332. We're going to pass temporarily on file item 332. Brings us to file item 333. AB 367 by Assemblymember Bennett. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 367 by Assemblymember Bennett and others, act relating to water.
Assemblymember Bennett, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, AB 367 is a district bill isolated to Ventura County only. With climate change, we may not be able to stop wildfires from happening, but we do need to take dramatic action to decrease the losses, or California's home insurance rates will become truly unsustainable. There are a series of things that need to be done, but one of the first and simplest is to make sure that our fire hydrant systems are working at their maximum capacity when fire hits. There's no attempt on my part to suggest that we need to change the fire hydrant or water system so that it can fight hundreds of homes engulfed in flames at the same time. That is not doable. However, fire hydrant systems should work as they are designed, and this bill identifies those best practices for Ventura County. With that, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Bennett. Assemblymember DeMaio, you are recognized.
I rise in opposition to AB 367 because it illustrates kind of the inconsistency of what we're hearing in Sacramento. On the one hand, we were told in December that we were going to have a cost of living war. We were going to drive down cost of living. And of course, we arrived today and we don't really have a whole lot of bills that the other side would like to advance to reduce cost of living. We give you opportunities to vote on bills to reduce cost of living, and of course you vote those down. And here is a bill, AB 367, that will increase the average water bill in Ventura County by $2 a month, is that correct? Or $24 a year. Now, that may seem like chump change to folks here in Sacramento, but it's real money to working families. And bill after bill after bill, like this one, adds to the cost of living burdens of Californians. We're not going in the right direction. We're going in the wrong direction with a lot of these bills adding higher costs, including this one, AB 367. So again, spare me the rhetoric that we're somehow going to reduce cost of living. I've heard several of you mention your bills, and full disclosure, we have supported some of the bills that make small steps towards sometime in the future, maybe possibly producing a report that may save some money. But here you have a bill, AB 367, that undeniably adds costs to working families. And remember, water bills, like gas bills, are regressive bills because the poorest families have the hardest time because they have to pay for water. And so while I'm sure it's a laudable goal, a good intention, I'm hoping that the author will bring back a bill that is cost neutral to our families. If you want to impose this requirement, if it's so important, then remove an equal number of costly requirements from the water district so that the bills can remain cost neutral for residents. Until that's done, I would urge my colleagues to reject AB 367 because we're hearing the rhetoric. You want to reduce costs on Californians. Voting no on AB 367 would be a wonderful opportunity to follow through in action on that rhetoric.
Thank you, Assemblymember DeMaio. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Bennett, do you wish to close?
I know we want to try to move as quickly as we can, but I appreciate the indulgence while I try to explain some basic things here. Number one, in my district, 700 homes burned down, 500 of them in a water district that did not top their tanks off before the fire came, did not have backup generators to be able to refill those tanks when the power was shut off. And in another district, we lost 250 homes where the water pump burned up because they had it in a wooden shed. Now, I don't think that asking water districts that have water pumps and generators in high fire risk areas to make sure that those are fire hardened, I don't think asking water districts to have backup generating capacity so that when the power is out, firefighters are still able to pump water. I don't think asking water districts to make sure that they appropriately fill the tanks during red flag warnings is the kind of thing that our citizens think is an outrageous cost increase. I would also offer this very important point about the issue of cost increase. Our costs are going to go through the roof for homeowners insurance. Hundreds of homes burned down in my district because of a failure of the water system to do the three basic things that are identified in this bill. Our home insurance rates are going to go up far more if we don't have this minimum service from water districts than whatever cost there may be associated with the generators, et cetera. So with that, I defy anybody to find people in their districts that are going to say, you know, we'd rather have our water districts not top the tanks off. We'd rather have our water districts not have backup generators. We'd rather have our water districts go ahead and let the pumps burn up when the fire comes. I just don't think that's a reasonable answer, and I appreciate the softball that I've just been tossed to talk about this bill. Thank you very much. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll. Tally votes. Ayes 63, noes 1. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 334, 335. Pass on file item 336. Brings us to file item 337, AB 393 by Assemblymember Connolly. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 393 by Assemblymember Connolly and others, enacting the state employment.
Assemblymember Connolly, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Proud today to present AB 393. It would require the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation and the Department of State Hospitals to conduct a cost analysis when trying to have a contractor fill a position that should be filled by a civil service physician. AB 393 is a straightforward measure to ensure that if the cost of a contractor is more than the cost of a civil service physician, then the department must hire a civil service physician before using the contractor. The bill has enjoyed bipartisan support. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Connolly. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 55, noes 6. The measure passes. Members, we're going to go back just 1 second to a bill we passed, file item 332, AB 366, by by Assemblymember Petrie Norris. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 366 by Assemblymember Petrie Norris and others, enact relating to vehicles.
Assemblymember Petrie Norris, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm proud to rise today to present AB 366, a bill that will make our roads more safe and will save lives all across the state of California. Every day in America, 34 people die in drunk driving accidents. That's someone's mom, dad, daughter, or son every 42 minutes. And sadly, California is the epicenter of America's drunk driving crisis. 8 of the 10 cities in America with the highest rate of per capita fatalities are right here in this state. But the good news is that we can do something about it. These deaths are preventable tragedies, and AB 366 is an opportunity for us to take action to save lives before the car even starts. AB 366 requires the installation of an ignition interlock device, an IID or a breathalyzer, if someone is convicted of a drunk driving offense. The good news is we know that IIDs work. 35 other states in the nation have implemented similar legislation, and they've seen accidents and fatalities drop. AB 366 is common sense. It's a measure that will save lives and make our roads more safe. I'm pleased to say that the bill has enjoyed broad bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote today.
Thank you, Assemblymember Petrie Norris. Assemblymember Lackey, you are recognized.
Yeah, thank you. I don't want to belabor the point on how connected I am to tragedies associated to impaired driving, but I want to tell you that it is super real. And here's a tool that will actually prevent, not punish, but prevent. How do you oppose that? How do you oppose that? Please don't. Please support this very worthy measure.
Thank you, Assemblymember Lackey. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Petrie Norris, do you wish to close?
Thank you to my colleague for your words and support and for your work on this measure. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Petrie Norris. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 69, noes 0. The measure passes. To pass and retain on file items 338 through 340. That brings us to file item 341, AB 466 by Assemblymember Solace. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 466 by Assemblymember Solace, enact relating to public post-secondary education.
Assemblymember Solace, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I am proud to present AB 466, which would help save more lives by increasing awareness about Donate Life California and the organ and tissue donor registry to college students. By providing college students information on Donate Life California and opportunities to register as organ and tissue donors, we hope to increase awareness and help increase life-saving donors. We have worked very closely with the CSU and UC to ensure that language of the bill ensures campuses' flexibility to implement in a way that best fits their student population. Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I respectfully ask for an aye vote on AB 466.
Thank you, Assemblymember Solace. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes, ayes 69, noes 0. The measure passes. Brings us to file item 342, AB 474 by Assemblymember Ward. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 474 by Assemblymember Ward, enact relating to housing.
Assemblymember Ward, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. I'm pleased to present AB 474, another bill to reduce costs of living and opportunities for affordable housing by simplifying and incentivizing the process of renting out unused bedrooms through nonprofit home share programs. AB 474 ensures that income earned through home sharing does not disqualify low-income homeowners from existing social welfare programs for which they already qualify, and removes bureaucratic barriers for those wishing to rent out rooms in their homes. While everyone can participate in these programs, they are particularly well suited for older adults, as some live alone in large single-family homes but struggle to pay their mortgage, property taxes, and other basic living expenses. For these reasons, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ward. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Simplifying. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, no 0. The measure passes. I'm going to pass on file item 343, pass and retain on file item 344. Brings us to file item 345, AB 534 by Assemblymember Schiavo. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 534 by Assemblymember Schiavo, an act relating to foster youth.
Assemblymember Schiavo, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Breaking the cycle of homelessness with nearly 1 in 3 foster youth experiencing housing instability, AB 534 is an initiative that offers a proactive solution that prevents homelessness before it begins. Investing in stability is investing in success by allowing service providers to own properties instead of renting. We create lasting infrastructure for transitional housing, ensuring more foster youth have a place to call home. AB 534 passed with bipartisan support and received no votes. Respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Schiavo. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 68, no 0. The measure passes. File item 346, AB 537 by Assemblymember Ahrens. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 537 by Assemblymember Ahrens, an act relating to community colleges.
Assemblymember Ahrens, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 537, put simply, expands our California Community College Promise program to part-time students, allowing the largest form of higher education in the United States, serving over 2 million students, the opportunity to get their slice of the California dream. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Ahrens. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, no 0. The measure passes. I'm going to pass temporarily on file item 347. Pass and retain on file items 348, 349, 350. Brings us to file item 351, AB 602 by Assemblymember Haney. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 602 by Assemblymember Haney, an act relating to public post-secondary education.
Assemblymember Haney, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 602 protects students who seek help during a medical emergency for themselves or another person during a drug or alcohol-related emergency from facing academic discipline at California's public universities. Students shouldn't have to choose between saving a life and risking their housing, academic standing, or future. Fear of school punishment can cause dangerous delays in calling 911, delays that can cost lives. Currently, campuses have inconsistent policies, creating confusion and fear. For example, at UC Berkeley, a student who survived an overdose later faced housing removal and disciplinary probation simply for seeking medical care. This bill ensures students who seek medical assistance during an overdose are not disciplined. If they complete an appropriate rehabilitation program, they can still be required to do treatment and counseling. It does not protect them from punishment for any other violations of campus policies, simply as it applies to medical emergencies related to alcohol or drugs. It'll ensure health and safety and not punishment. And we are working closely with the UC and CSU to make sure that this bill is able to be implemented. Respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Haney. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 50, noes 9. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 352. Brings us to file item 353, AB 618 by Assemblymember Krell. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 618 by Assemblymember Krell and others, an act relating to Medi-Cal.
Assemblymember Krell, you are recognized.
I'm pleased to present you with AB 618 tonight. This is an important bill that will streamline care for some of California's neediest behavioral health patients. This has double support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Krell. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 65, no 0. The measure passes. File item 354, AB 638 by our Assistant Speaker Pro Tem. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 638 by Assemblymember Celeste Rodriguez and others, and act relating to stormwater.
Madam Assistant Speaker Pro Tem, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 638 will help guide our state's projects on stormwater capture for irrigation use. This bill has bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Rodriguez. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 66, no 0. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 355. Pass temporarily on file item 366. Pass on file items 357 and 358. Brings us to file item 359, AB 690 by Assemblymember Schultz. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 690 by Assemblymember Schultz, and act relating to criminal procedure.
Assemblymember Schultz, you are recognized.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker and members. Assembly Bill 690 bans flat fee and per case contracts for indigent defense services, thereby ensuring that defense attorneys are fairly compensated based on the actual work that they perform. We all know that the current public defense system in California is severely underfunded and creates an uneven patchwork of legal representation. It contains many disincentives to effective representation and denies far too many low-income Californians equal access to justice. Many counties in California do not have a public defender office and instead rely on contracted attorneys to provide all public defense representation. In addition, nearly all California counties rely on contracted attorneys when the public defender cannot take the case. However, California, and this is important, California does not currently provide any guidance related to these contracts, leading to a wide variation in the quality of legal representation received. Because many California counties pay contracted public defense attorneys a flat fee, attorneys are often forced to either take on excessive caseloads or compromise their clients' representation. This arrangement hurts both clients and it hurts the state of California. Flat fee lawyering causes poor legal outcomes, including more mistakes and higher levels of incarceration. I'll close in noting that recent amendments remove the opposition to this bill by the California District Attorneys Association and the Riverside County District Attorney's Office. With that, I humbly ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Schultz. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 57, no 6. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 360, 361. Brings us to file item 362, AB 706 by our Majority Leader. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 706 by Assemblymember Aguiar-Curry and others, and act relating to forestry and making an appropriation therefore.
Madam Majority Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This bill creates the Forest and Wildfire Prevention Fund to ensure California can sustainably use the forest biomass waste generated by wildfire mitigation efforts. The fund will help reduce emissions, improve energy reliability, and support jobs in wildfire-impacted communities without raising costs to ratepayers. This bill is a support. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Madam Majority Leader. All debate having ceased, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 64, no 0. The measure passes. I'm going to pass and retain on file item 363. Brings us to file item 364, AB 749 by Assemblymember McKinner. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 749 by Assemblymember McKinner and others, an act relating to youth sports and making an appropriation therefore.
Assemblymember McKinner, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair and members, AB 749 seeks to address long-standing inequities in youth sports by creating a blue ribbon commission charged with developing a plan for a fair access to quality sports programs across California. This bill is about ensuring every child in California has the chance to benefit from youth sports and thrive, regardless of their background. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember McKinner. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 56, noes 2. The measure passes. We're going to pass and retain on file items 365 to 368. That brings us to file item 369, AB 823 by Assemblymember Berner. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 823 by Assemblymember Berner and others, an act relating to solid waste.
Assemblymember Berner, you are recognized.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 823 would ban the sale of non-rinse-off personal care products and cleaning products containing plastic microbeads used as an abrasive to clean, exfoliate, or polish. I introduced AB 823 because it has become more apparent the dangers of microplastics, and I want to do something to protect our environment and our public health. AB 823 would also ban the sale of personal care products containing plastic litter beginning January 1st, 2030. Plastic pollution is a major problem. Microplastics have been found all across the earth, from Mount Everest to the Mariana Trench. Emerging research is now linking plastic microbeads and microplastics to serious health risks. There are natural alternatives to plastic microbeads used as abrasives and plastic litter. I've been working with all stakeholders, and with recent authors' amendments, we have removed product manufacturers, grocers, and retailers' opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berner. Assemblymember Ward, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A question to the author.
Without objection.
Given that we just started Pride Month right now and parades are about to start happening up and down the state, I really wonder if the author is introducing a bill to ban glitter, and if so, what is the alternative?
Thank you. I'd like to respond in my close.
Without objection. Seeing and hearing no further debate, Assemblymember Berner, would you like to close?
So we are banning plastic litter. There are natural alternatives, so everybody celebrating Pride can be glittery and glamoury all month long. With that, I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Berner. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 58, noes 7. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file items 370, 371. Brings us to file item 372. AB 846 by Assemblymember Connolly. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 846 by Assemblymember Connolly and others, an act relating to fish and wildlife.
Assemblymember Connolly, you are recognized.
Thank you, Speaker and members. Proud to present AB 846. It will provide a clear process to accelerate wildfire preparedness and vegetation management activities for local agencies in local responsibility areas. This is a common sense measure, one that will help our communities respond faster to wildfire risks while protecting vulnerable ecosystems. The bill has no opposition and bipartisan support. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Connolly. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 69, noes 0. The measure passes. Brings us to file item 373, AB 849 by Assemblymember Soria. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 849 by Assemblymember Soria and others, enacting the health providers.
Assemblymember Soria, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This is the second of my bills focused on protecting medical patients from sexual abuses in healthcare settings. AB 849 requires health facilities to provide the option to have chaperones for ultrasound examinations of sensitive areas and establishes the facility's responsibility to educate chaperones on how to identify and intervene against abusive behavior. Under current law, health facilities in California are not required to offer chaperones for any sensitive examination. In listening to the stories of the brave women who have come forward to share their horrific stories, it quickly became apparent that the lack of trusted and trained observer was a common element among cases. AB 849 addresses this issue in existing law by requiring a patient to be provided notice that a trained chaperone is available upon request to be present for an ultrasound examination of certain sensitive areas. It further requires that staff who may serve as medical chaperone must be educated by their facility in inappropriate techniques to observe the examination, when and how to intervene when they identify concerning acts, and the procedures to report any inappropriate behavior. AB 849 provides vital safeguards during highly vulnerable examinations to protect patients and ensures the relationship between patients and medical providers is one of trust and transparency that promotes healing and safety for all patients. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Soria. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 55, noes 2. The measure passes. We're at file item 374, AB 853 by Assemblymember Wicks. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 853 by Assemblymember Wicks and others, enacting to artificial intelligence.
Assemblymember Wicks, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, AI technology is obviously very exciting, provides potential new growth for our economy and other exciting innovations, but there's also challenges with AI. Specifically, these technologies make it easier for images, audio, and video to be created, manipulated, edited, and bad actors can use AI to create scams, disseminate harmful and hateful content, and spread disinformation. In order to provide more provenance data, which is what this bill focuses on, this bill would require large online platforms to indicate provenance data on content and make it accessible to users. It prohibits large online platforms from stripping provenance data from the content, and also requires capture devices to offer the ability to include provenance data in the content. Respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Wicks. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 49, noes 1. The measure passes. Pass and retain on file item 375. That gets us to file item 376, AB 900 by Assemblymember Pappen. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 900 by Assemblymember Pappen, enacting to environmental protection.
Opa, Assemblymember Pappen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Is everyone still here and awake? I'm here to talk about 30 by 30. We have committed to conserving 30% of our land and ocean by what? 2030. Well, this bill is about not only do we get to conserve those natural resources, but we must also have stewardship. We've got to keep them going. So what this bill does, AB 900, just says that we must update our plan so that once we have conserved, we have stewardship over it and we can keep those lands going. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Pappen. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the votes. Ayes 62, noes 0. The measure passes. Members, can I ask for all of your attention, please? Conversations for a second. Members? Members? Can you please give your respectful attention to our majority leader? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank all of you so far this evening, but since 1:20 this afternoon, we have dispensed with 178 items. You get the rest. Lunch? I can tell them what to do. Okay, members, there's going to be a brief 30-minute recess for dinner break. Democratic members in the members' lounge and Republican members will be in the Willie Brown conference room. We will resume in 30 minutes, which means what time?
Members, we will be taking a brief recess for 30 minutes and resuming at 6:45 exactly. The quorum call is not lifted. The quorum call is not lifted. We'll be resuming in 30 minutes.